Why, hello there, buddy. You doing good? Oh, this isn't working, I think. Let me grab another real quick. I found something else. I'm going to show you in a minute. I always feel different when there's a candle burning. I don't believe you can see that, but it is there. You just have to trust me this time. I think maybe you can see it in my face a little bit. Yeah, right? The shadow. It's nice, isn't it? So the thing I have, because I am a sucker for the vibes. Oh, yeah. Why are you constantly? I am a sucker for the vibes. And one thing I found about myself is that there's little to no better multiplicator of vibes than these sticks of incense. They are just friggin' awesome. I'm not gonna burn the whole thing now. Just a little bit. And I want you to feel the incense working. I'm not very spiritual. I mean, I am a little bit, but not about incense. I think incense is working. I don't know if there's something that anybody thinks spiritually about incense, but I think incense has a sort of spiritual meaning in the sense that it relaxes you. It kind of puts you in an altered state of mind. I'll put that here for you to look at. Maybe like, let me find the perfect position. Like this. See it a little bit burning. It's not, overpowering the frame. I think it's working when it alters your state of mind, right? You feel good, and that's really all that spirituality should do. Make you feel good. I don't care. Sure there is an energy to crystals. Sure, like I have crystals all around this room, hanging in the windows, and it does put my energies at ease, because when the sun shines and it shines through these crystals, there's rainbows at the walls, and it's so beautiful, and I love it, and I come running in here every time it shines, and it's just friggin' beautiful, and I love that. But it's not about me today. Today is not about me. I feel like a lot of days are about me, and I don't really like it. I don't like that I like it. I think I make a lot about me. But today is about you, actually. I'm very, very happy that you are here and you decided to come. And let me just talk to you a bit. You don't mind if I take notes, do you? Because I'm a very unorganized person in my brain, so I have to have a lot of external structure I don't know if you get that. Oh, the smoke looks really interesting. You see that? It's not a camera flare. It's just the smoking straight up. Yeah, so I'm gonna take notes. I hope you don't mind. It's just for me to remember you better. It's not that I don't put a lot of value on you being here. It's just that my brain doesn't. and I want to put forth that value in taking notes. So take this as a compliment. Alrighty, I'm gonna come a little bit nearer so you can feel close to me. I like to be close to people. I do. Well, sometimes. Not all the time, because sometimes I like to love people from a distance. You know, a friend of mine once told the story about how her little sister can verbalize her wants and needs very, very well on a very rudimentary level that I personally, and she also, is very, very jealous of. Because there was apparently this situation where everybody was saying goodbye and everyone was hugging, and the little girl wasn't feeling it. And you know, she just stood in the distance, and somebody was coming over to hug her, and there was this, and she was like, "Oh no, that's all right. I can love you from over here." It's like, how great is that? Yeah, fuck yeah. You can love from over there, love from there and there. It doesn't matter. You know, that people love you the way they want to love you. Like, that's the beauty in different kind of relationship with different kind of people. And everybody has their own way of loving. And you just have to find the way that suits you and surround yourself with people that you like their way of loving you, you know? It doesn't have to be your way, just has to be a way for you, acceptable, you know? I'll put this over here now, because I'm gonna set my notebook down. So, I guess my first question would be, how do you love? And how do you like to be loved? I like this pen, because it does this. And it has quite a pretty color as well. It's like deep purple. Really like this as a shirt. Looks like grape juice. It seems Roman to me, this type of color, like royalty. I really like a cape made out of this color. I find a more suitable kind of pen though. There we are. So, how do you like to be loved? Very important question. Right. Like by whom? By whom? Who do you want to do that? Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, nice. That sounds cool. It sounds reflected as well. And I love reflections. Refractions I love more, though. Like the way light looks when it gets reflected of like a disturbed water surface, and it shines against the wall, like the walls at pools. like when the light flickers at the walls, that looks so cool, and that has refractions because the light gets directed in all these situations. With the crystals too, it's refractions. The light gets dispersed, right? I learned recently something about entropy. Entropy, which is the tendency of all energy to disperse. So you have energy in a given construct, like this pen, right? Because all matter is energy, and this pen is an accumulation of different types of materials, but it's all matter, right? And so this is energy, just bundled together. If I set this pen down and look at it for 100 million years, or a quadruple 100 million years, then the energy of the pen would disperse everywhere, right? It would become air and different types of materials, but it would entropy all over the place. And that is with everything. You know, everything that exists as a structure can't help itself but always disperse again, which I find it's a little bit scary, you know, that there's no order, or that order is an illusion. It's always the current state of things. But it also gives me comfort, because everything is a process and nothing is staying the same. And everything is infinitely repeating, but yet not. You know, like pie, not like cake in that sense. Look, pie is a pastry. Although I love pie as well. Fucking love pie. Wait, let me ask you that. What is your favorite type of pie before we go any further? And also before you answer that, follow-up question: what is the best situation for you to consume pie? What is your favorite pie consuming environment? Or not only what is the best environment for you, but like the objectively best best environment for pie. Oh shit, okay. You were like really sitting on a loaded gun there, yeah. Oh no, yeah, no, I'm following. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, just go on. Yeah, go with that energy. Yeah, you seem like a tornado in a trailer park. Yeah, really ripping things up. Yeah, love it. Love it. You can make a movie out of that. That one, yeah, right. Yeah, thanks. But entropy, it really gives me a comfort that it's infinitely repeating but never being the same as it was. Like pi, like the number pi, is, you know, it's repeating the same numbers, the same 9 numbers that we have, but, or 10, like with the 0, but never having the same, but never repeating itself, like never being the same pattern, like the exact same. It could seem like that, but it's really different. And I think that's existence. Like everything we live through, everything we experience has been experienced in some way, but never quite us. It's always something is different because it's us, because we're unique, just in our uniqueness, in our usness. And I like to think about also the special, the uniqueness of the now, that something is important because it is now. The past is important and the future is important, but they're not real. They're important as abstract constructs that we have to think about because we have to take them into consideration. But we have to take them into consideration the same way we have to take dinosaurs into consideration, or an alien civilization taking a foothold in our world here and changing the climate and changing genetics, so every tree grows pies, mince pies at the top of them, right? Like, we have to take that into consideration, that is going to happen, and that dinosaurs did happen, allegedly. Did you ever see one? Didn't think so. Okay, I'm gonna put this out because, not because I don't like the smell, but I have a little bit of a headache, to be perfectly honest with you. And this smell is not helping, even though I really do like the smell, but it's really intense. Just put that out to be burned on another day. Yeah. Dinosaurs, man. Quite problematic creatures. What's your thought about problematic dinosaurs, like egocentric dinosaurs that can't cope with their feelings? Yeah, no, especially when, like, you have an emotionally constipated T-Rex, right? And you really can't have any sort of relationship with that sort of being, because, like, you want to, but it doesn't help that you want to. You know, it's not your call, even though, you know, people like you and I, we can reflect and we can want to do stuff better because then things are doing better. And maybe we have found the tools or have been given these tools so we can reflect properly. We can, analyze. A equals B equals C, like the cascade of causality, and change and be like, oh, I don't want C to happen, so I don't do A, right? But the thing about these T-Rexes is that they can't. They don't have the capacity. So on one hand, obviously, that's the place for sympathy, to sympathize with someone like that and really feel with them. That's a bad thing that happens. But you, as someone that wants to maybe, be in a relationship with them, any sort of relationship, doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but any relationship, you want to help them and you want to be in a relationship with them, but it's not your call, it's theirs. They have to learn that, and they can earn your sympathy, but you have to do what is best for you. It's not your job to be in a relationship with them out of sympathy, because they're grown-ass T-Rexes. Can't do anything for them, and you don't owe them that, and they don't owe you you can help them, because that is something I like to do. Like in Ankylosaurus, that is just so hard, and needs help with friggin' everything. And I step in as the knight in a green cloak and be like, the wizard with the potions, being like, oh, would you try my remedy? Would you try it and say I'm a good wizard? You take that and you feel well. Yes. Yes, does it work? Or is just water? It will help me before. And then I'm disappointed that they don't say I'm a good wizard, because I give them just water. But, when you know what you're looking for, water is all you need. Because water is all you need. It's the best friggin' magic potion there is. You feel refreshed, you feel new, you feel washed. You live another day. That's the best potion there is, really. Although I do like Coke. I do. I do like Coca-Cola. I have a full pack out. Well, it's not full anymore, obviously. It was like 32 cans, and I was like 4. Ciao, anyways. How often have you wished that your drink in front of you was another drink? Like, seriously. How often did you look at a glass of tea and just wished, or I really wished it was iced tea with like peach and lemon and like a lot of sugar? I really didn't drink a lot today, and that's why I'm constantly thinking about drinks. Let me get back to you, because water is important, and I'm gonna get us a glass. Yeah, you fine? All right, let me teleport. Look what I got. Didn't leave you a whole lot, but you can have it. It's fine when I have it. You sure? All right. Okay. Back to the task at hand, which is talking to you. Talking to you. You small little fellow. I'm a small fellow. Doesn't mean you have to be. So what's your drink? What's your vice? What's your poison of choice? Poison just. Why would you drink poison? It's bad for you, isn't it? Yeah, sure, everything's bad at the right quantities, but poison, I think, is just poison. I mean, I don't judge. I mean, if it's your thing. Actually, I do judge. I'm concerned for you. I am writing it down, yeah. I think it's important. No, you know what? Quite obviously, you look great. Right off the bat, I just want to tell you that. And if the poison is making you happy and doesn't have the effects on you that poison usually does, I think I can be fine with that. Or maybe it's just not poison that you're drinking. What are you drinking? Yeah, that is poison. Yeah, it's quite potent poison. Yeah. How are you still alive? Let me follow the flame. I want to see something. Okay. Alright. Everything seems to be in order. Can you follow my fingers? See? That is weird. Can you do that like in yeah, you can. It's actually quite impressive. Oh, you are a lizard. You're a chameleon. I wouldn't have guessed that, but I also, I'm not a very prejudiced person. I used to be, and then I put in the work, and just kind of lost my sense for judging people on their appearances, and I just assumed that you're just a small guy, small colorful guy, but apparently it's just what you are. So the poison is not really poison, it's a substance. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm saying I'm not prejudiced anymore, but apparently I am, but I'm not interested enough. That is awkward. How do you write chameleon? No, it's no, sorry. No, I'm just gonna try this. Oh, you're taking a bit. Alright. This guy. Alright. So, as a chameleon, how would you rate my performance? Like in like, if I were to sell you a car, which I'm not, if you were though, if I would sell you a car, would you buy it? Like, just on my performance about the questions I asked. You would. Because you're looking up right now. I can see you looking up at me. Can I? Sorry. Yeah, sorry, drifting up there. Away. And yeah, I thought I feel like I'm losing in this conversation. I'm just gonna do, what I'm paid for. So, which kind of car? Which kind of car you drive? You don't drive. How do you get around? On foot? Feet? How many? I'm trying to be interested. That's a lot of feet. It's more than me. Yeah, obviously I'm gonna judge the amount of feet. Like, what is a lot of feet for me on my feet, right? Aren't you? Wouldn't you say I have very, very little feet? Not the, not the scale, just the amount. Yeah, less feet, right? See? Not so much. Are you happy with your amount of feet? Would you like to have more or less? More feet. I can totally get that. Seeing you have so beautifully a lot of feet, I'm quite jealous actually. Have you gotten a lot of like critique for your amount of feet? Would you say it's a sensitive topic, like linked to your self-worth? It is, right? Yeah, I would guess so, because things that are special in this world are getting beaten down on so much, and I hate to see it. I hate to see it. Every small little thing of individualism as like true individualism, something only you do, is getting beaten on because individualism is praised in our societies. And I actually know a little bit about Chameleon Society, but who doesn't? Such a cool society, such good food, such good culture. Like the music's great, people are great. Everybody's such a great host. Everybody really wants to be a host as well. It's just awesome. Yeah, I was on this Chameleon wedding of like a student I had. The cousin invited us, or the friend of the cousin of my student I knew for like 5 hours, and I was at that wedding. It was actually the first wedding I ever was on, and there was like such great food, and everybody just, but they spoke Chameleon, and I didn't speak a lick of Chameleon, and so I was just sitting there and absorbing the culture, absorbing the vibes, and the food. Obviously, there was so much food, and then like they danced and they sang from their religious texts, and it was just beautiful to see another culture in action. And me just as just a small wizard at that time, you know, just sitting there and kind of not doing anything except trying to learn what chameleons are like. And was great fun. Would do it again anytime. Yeah. I actually forgot what I was saying. Tell me about the self-worth. Yeah, do you have like a healthy amount of self-worth? What you think? You do. That's great. It's great for you. I'd love to hear it. You seem that way. That's why I asked. Yeah, you seem like you just have it together, or you have it not together, in the sense that you are aware, and you are here, and you are here for it as well. You don't have to have your things in order all the time. You can just accept that things entropy, that order is an illusion. Yeah, you knew what I was talking about, right? You just wanted to let me talk, so I feel better about myself. Yeah, that's very kind of you. So quite some time and quite some questions later, I would invite you to come with me outside to smoke a cigarette. That said, I would like to have you there, but I can also understand if you don't smoke, you say you don't anything to do with it, you don't like the smell, you don't like the taste, you don't like how people look, maybe it's bad for you, you have bad experiences, health issues, that kind of sort of thing. You would like to come? Great. Let me put up my hair, because I'm quite sensitive to like sensory overload. When things are touching my ears and my neck and my face, and I hear you say, "Wizard of the Hill, why do you have that type of hair then?" I couldn't tell you. Could not tell you. It was quite important for me at some point in my life to have long hair, and I always wanted to be able to put it up because I like the look. You know, I like to look like someone who knows Kung Fu, even though I really don't. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. I don't remember much these days. How's your sogginess? You feeling right? You feeling soggy? You feeling like a Cheeto in a bottle? You do? How's your sogginess? You need some? Alright. I need to get my insides wet. Excuse me. All right. Seeing as you have the cool hands, is this offensive to you? I love your hands. Your feet. Sorry, it's your feet, right? Or is it hands? Because it sort of look like hands. Is it get more offensive the more I do it? Yeah, I can. Yeah, sorry. I just like to do that, especially. Do you always? Sorry. Let me know if I can ask questions. I mean, that's sort of what you're here for. But yeah, is it also like a sign of peace in your culture? It is. So you're very peace oriented, aren't you? Yeah, that's so cool. What I wanted to ask, if it's all right, if I can pick you up to go over to the cigarettes and go outside, if you're like just to save some time. Yeah. All right. Sick. Thanks. You're very light. You know, I mean, for a chameleon, I think. Let me sit you down real quick. It's one of my favorite jackets. A wizard has to have his cloak. Because, let me tell you, I'm a white wizard. I am. Yeah, no, I don't get much tan. Okay, let me teleport outside because the door is quite loud. Let me tell you, it is so friggin' cold out here. This is not really the place for chameleons, but I'm sure. I mean, let me just protect you real quick. Yeah, the fire is you are burning. You are, but just a small bit, and the fire is not really that hot. It's more warm and doesn't do damage to you. It lights me up so you can see me better. Yeah, no, I don't like to spell it on myself. No, it's an individual thing. I know, like, a couple of chameleons who like it. That's I assumed. I am prejudiced. I'm sorry, but you do like it. See, I hate it when prejudice is right. You know, it's not really bad prejudice, is it? Like I can extinguish it if you want to very easily. But I should have asked. Oh, it's gone. Are you warm? Yeah, I'm warm. Great. Yeah, no, I'm not very concentrated anymore. It's quite late, so you know, spells do sometimes. Just entropy. Yeah. This is the life, man. Some late night magic. Thanks for being here, by the way. I really do like you. You know, winter is so beautiful. I hate that when it snowed, like, the 5th time a year, it's not really special to me anymore, and I get annoyed by it even though it's quite high level magic. From the master of the high order, you know, to just make everything white so it just feels nicer. The coldness feels nicer. But sometimes I get annoyed and be like, oh, I need to get to work, and it's slippery, and I fall, and people get hurt, and the carriages aren't really going the places I need them to. And obviously that is annoying, but the beauty actually never stops, and sometimes I have to just calm down for a minute and see how great the color white is. white is really a color you can't turn, can you? No, I like quite all colors. I like the color you are right now. Yeah, you really stand out in the white of the snow on the balcony. Yeah, yeah. You're unsecretive, and I think you know that, and you don't want to be, do you? Yeah, that's the self-worth we spoke about. Really letting yourself shine, and being a complete gift to the world. Because I like looking at you. I believe everybody that sees you like this likes looking at you, and it's just a gift that you are comfortable enough to let us have that, you know. Have a speck of color in the whiteness of the world, and sometimes even in the grayness. You know, we really need you, and we really need comedians like you. So be encouraged to do that, you know. I think you already know that, you know. It's not that I'm wiser, even though I am the white wizard right now, but wisdom isn't white, I think. I think there was a troll. They roamed these parts, but we're not safe. Trolls are quite nice here. That particular troll seemed angry. But it's alright. Maybe got hurt. You know, sometimes trolls get hurt. Wizards get hurt as well sometimes. But I'm still here. And I hope that troll is too tomorrow and can think about it and can say, I was angry and that was good, but now I'm not anymore, and that's good as well. It is windy. Should I bird you up again? Not? Alright, that's fine. I love doing magic. Yeah. You know, sometimes the magic I do is coupled to my, is connected to my self-worth, which is good. You know, I should take a sort of small humble pride in being able to do this magic, and being able to warm people with it, or just be fun. But sometimes I think about what would happen if I couldn't do magic, and would that impact my self-worth? And I think yes, it would. So I need to learn, because, you know, someday maybe a witch will appear, maybe even a good witch that wants to teach me a lesson, and will take my magic away, and then I would have to learn what self-worth means when the thing I put all my self-worth into, or that I get all my self-worth out of, is gone. And, you know, worth through success is a good thing. You know, you should feel worthy through the things you can do, like a changing color being so bright and so beautiful for many people like yourself. But there's also a thing to be said about inherent worth, you know, that worth that a soul has just by being, just by existing.
And I think I need to focus on that as well, that I'm just worthy because I am, right? I am also worthy because of the things I can do and the good things I can do, and I should strive to do that, but there's also an inherent worth to my soul. And I think, when I deepen that thought, I think I might be ready for the witch someday. Ever think about warlocks? Because I think those people, they have problems with self-worth, because they strive to do magic out of a reason other than magic, and I think that is often self-worth. They want to feel worthy, so they want to do magic. I think that's not the way magic works. I think first you need to learn magic and want to do good things, and when that happens, you can get some sort of self-worth out of that. I think the other way around can be destructive. And that's not a thing about warlocks. I think there's warlocks who have great self-esteem, and I'm just happy to be in the presence of. But sometimes I think they need a word of affirmation. Like everybody. Like everybody. I do too. Yeah. So that is our session for today. I'm really happy you came. Really happy about your colors and the inherent beauty of your soul as well. That is projected on your skin. I can see it. I can truly see it. And I hope you got something out of this. And I'm happy to see you the next time. Yeah. Until then, see you later, buddy. Bye bye.